Today I'm going to be reviewing some artwork linked to me by Countess Rose. Wait, Countess Rose? You mean one of my favourite artists, and the fandom actually places value on my humble opinion? I know I was surprised too, but then the best writers, musicians and artists generally do welcome any constructive feedback they can get, as they understand the benefits of having an extra pair of eyes or ears. Now, while I cannot speak with much authority on the more subtle techniques and craft of drawing, I do have a strength when it comes to analysing narrative and thematic elements. So I'll largely be doing what Applejack was supposed to do in Honest Apple and advising from my unique area of expertise, as well as probably fangirling a bit along the way. Yeah, if you agreed with that comment I got on my Pinky Pool review saying it could have had more substance, then sorry, you probably won't like this, but I don't care, it's my channel, and if I want to use it as a platform to gush about Countess Rose, I will. Before we get into the review proper, let's quickly go through some background facts, i.e. reasons why Countess Rose is awesome. 1. She has an OC that is 3 parts pony and 1 part changeling, and it is beautiful. I'm probably biased because I like changelings anyway, but I can say with zero hyperbole, this is my favourite OC design in the whole community, and I'll come back to why later. 2. She has a cat that has been known to interrupt her on podcasts and in Skype calls. And 3. She also happens to be a damn good artist. The piece I'll be primarily focusing on is the end card from an episode of Two Mares Review, a podcast-style series not too dissimilar to the one you're watching now, in which Countess and Firescales review fanfictions and other fan projects. One admittedly minor point of critique is that Countess Rose as OC seems a little disjointed from the rest of the scene. It makes sense to have her looking down on Pinkamena and friends from behind as the omniscient reviewer, but could she not be a bit more centered? You are the star of your show after all. Interestingly, Firescales looks better integrated, although Firescales' dragon is proportionally larger than the Countess's changeling form, so this may partly be a perspective issue. I did spot what appears to be a similar issue in her recent Limbo Christmas piece, where Deckard Spade and Quillstroke look slightly odd due to it not being clear quite how far back the mounds of snow are relative to the trees, mainly because Lilac Galaxy is blocking the way. I guess in this case it is tricky to get clear visual references with there being so much darkness in this artwork. Not that the darkness is a bad thing in itself. As a matter of fact, on one of Countess Rose's live streams for a more recent end card, I witnessed how what was already good quality art really sprang to life once the contrast between light and shadow was filtered into it. Being able to utilise light or absence of light as an aesthetic tool is a key skill for any artist. Lighting the characters from below through Pinkamena's lamp for a scary effect may seem cheesy, but as we touched on in the previous video, a little cheesiness isn't always bad. What is most impressive though is how this lighting works thematically. The grimdark fanfiction being reviewed in this episode, Silent Ponyville, features dreams quite prominently, and you'll notice that not only the darkness but also the light from the lamp obscure visual cues, serving to fragment the scene. This reflects the irrational, often incoherent nature of dreams. But I can't help feeling that I'm preaching to the choir here in terms of criticism. I mean, just look at Countess Rose's OC. That colour palette is gorgeous. The colours chosen are a perfect counterpoint to the grey changeling body. Yes, it's a creepy design, which is cool, but subtextually it's fun, mischievous creepy as opposed to edge central. Oh, by the way, don't worry, I'll get to you in good time. If you somehow needed further proof the Countess understands how to artistically convey themes, just listen to this clip from Two Mares Review.
Like, all the artwork was well done, and like just how they were edited together, like the fact that there was such, the artwork throughout the entire thing was very sparse, and you stayed on one image very long, but you slowly panned in or you moved around the image very slowly, just kind of accentuated the feeling of loneliness or just like darkness, and it was well edited. The thing was just so well done.
Again, it's not too surprising that they can be so insightful. Good artists, writers and animators generally do have the ability to think analytically about their craft. The skills are inextricably linked. One thing I will say is about the main OC artwork for Two Mares Review. Now, I'm sure a lot of effort went into this at the time, and don't get me wrong, it looks nice and it fits the laid-back feel of the series really well. However, the art style is quite straightforward, shall we say, when compared to the end card. cards. I know I'm hardly one to talk with my cross-eyed OC and all, but then I never put myself forward as a master art critic. Countess Rose, meanwhile, is a self-proclaimed aspiring animator and professional artist, who tore into the technical aspects of Minty Roots animation, some of which I probably would have missed in all honesty.
It took 45 seconds of this 6-minute animation for my expectations to plummet. The first time you see Luna, like, not in shadow, and she's looking up. Oh, no, her head goes down. Ugh, it was so janky. It was so choppy.
That's why I have to ask, is this piece of art, which you have used since the very first episode of Two Mares Review, still a suitable representation of your drawing ability and why you are an authority on the subject? Just some food for thought. So yeah, conclusion, go check out Countess Rose and give her some love to feed on, and that's about it. Also, don't forget to stay chimesy.